What's up, guys? It's Finch here, and I just walked in the house. I had to drop my sister off at her orthodontist appointment, but now we're back and we're ready for business. We got King John W versus Raiza in a black and white overused game, and I'm just gonna close my door for a second. Oh, actually, screw it. I'm not even gonna bother to close my door. My dad won't be open for another like half an hour from work anyway, so it's lit. Right here, we got King John W using the same six that Solwind used last week. It looks like so. Therefore, it's a scarf. Plus Stealth Rock, Landorus T, a bulky Polytoad, perhaps another Stealth Rock user in the Jirachi, but it's also a specially defensive set. It's got to be that Poison Heal Breloom, presumably the bulk up set, and then a Specs Keldeo as well as just a standard Spin Tentacle. The filling move is to be determined. And then Raiza has a nice standard 6 of his own. So he's also got the Breloom, presumably Poison Heal as well, which actually does quite nicely here, especially if it's able to muscle through the Landorus. If it's Facade, it'll definitely be able to do that, but also the Landorus can be kept in check potentially by something like Ice Beam Tyranitar, Hidden Power Ice on opposing Landorus, or just repeated attacks. However, it does have nice longevity against this team. Well, if we're going to see Breloom leads from both sides, yep, no surprise there. I imagine that we'll probably see a bulk up from both ends. Protect is a more conservative play. If you have Swords Dance, go for that as well. There's no way either of these is like a Choice Band or offensive Breloom. This is literally the same 6 Solwind used against Pro last week. So yeah, quite nice 6 as well, I might add. Anyway, Raiza looks like he has a slight team disadvantage in my opinion, but he goes for that Swords Dance turn 1. That's a misplay from King John W. You just never ever protect turn 1 against Breloom, especially when you have like no hard counters. So now this is a huge advantage from Raiza, and since he's Swords Dance, he's gonna be faster, almost definitely. Not Facade. Yeah, it's gonna do 56. That's presumably a defensive Landorus T giving that damage. Yeah, and it's Scarf. So yeah, look at that chip. There's no XML to kill, even if it's Explosion, then maybe, but otherwise no. Anyway, I think that if you're Raiza, you could go for Drain Punch here. Yeah, actually, I would go for Drain Punch here personally. But yeah, protecting turn 1 is always a misplay in that mirror match, but unless you're fearing Choice Banded Breloom, which there's no way he's fearing on a stand game. It's pretty much exclusive to like weatherless, hyper offensive, tiny cheesy teams, like the one I faced from Fakes that Manat built. But anyway, yes, this is a big lead for Raiza, so all of a sudden the slight matchup disadvantage favors him a little bit, but he's still a lot of way to work around this. The main issue for Raiza is going to be Keldeo and Rain, as well. He does have Latios and Rotom W. Rotom W actually loses to 1v1 to Suit Shaker Sword, and it loses to 1v1 in Rain, because Hydro Pump to a Gill, especially if like Rocks or Knock or any chip was like that. Tentacle, in my opinion, on this team runs Knock, but I know if Solwind doesn't feel it's otherwise. I just love knocking the Ferrothorn. And he's going to go for Protect wisely on an Explosion. I mean, why explode there? It's obviously running Protect. Like, they all run Protect. That makes no sense otherwise. Anyway, so now he's going to be forced out by Sacred Sword, Hidden Power Flying. So you just go Latios here. If you really want to be dicey, you can go Landorus, but if it's Hidden Power Ice, Specs can kill the Swords Dance variant of Breloom since they are offensive, so I would not personally risk that. I'm getting a PM right now. I don't know what it says. Can you explain how to me that was a good God play? It wasn't. I don't know. I didn't say anything about God plays in the chat, but anyway, yeah, doesn't matter. So Raiza has a huge advantage now. What's he saying now? So yeah, Raiza has a big advantage now. He's definitely just going to switch Latios in my eyes. Latios is... Oh, he's going to... Oh, what? It's going to be Scarf. So... Okay, so we find out two things here. First off, while it has attack investment, giving the Facade damage on Landorus, unless it's like a 0-0 Scarf Landorus, which is pretty rare nowadays, it is going to also have a lot of HP investment. Oh, and he's going to get the crit there. That's really lame. But it's Scarf Keldeo, I guess? I mean, this game would have been a 6-0. I mean, wow. That's really sucks for Raiza, but I think he still has a clear advantage here. Anyway, he's gonna go Rotom W here, which is a good pivot. He's just gonna get a free Volt Switch off. The Breloom's presumably gonna come in here. No doubt about that. Yep, so Breloom here on the Volt Switch. You can go Heat Train here, especially if you're a Magma Storm variant. Yep, that's gonna be the play. Latios would have been fine as well. He's actually just going to go for rocks. That's smart. Personally, if you're the Tran user here, you could easily just fire off a Will-O-Wisp, but it could be a Refresh Politoed, so going to the Rotom W is fine as well. This is just so awkward because you can't really make progress without the Breloom a ton. Which, by the way, is why I disagreed with staying in there from his side, but I mean, it turned out that the stay was calculated, I guess, because it wasn't specs. Maybe he didn't know it was the Solon team from last week, but either way, Toxic there. It's a good play from King John W. Anyway, yeah, it's a really nice play from John W. Predicted that. That's kind of why I wanted to stay in if I was Raiza, but it's so awkward. Anyway, he's just gonna fire off a Draco here probably. I don't see any reason not to. Yep. Drachi's to play here. Gonna take 30-ish? Yeah, 37. Okay, so perhaps it's a bit more of a mixed defensive variant. Anyway, Wish should be able to help it heal up regardless. I imagine that play from Raiza here is just go Landorus or Heatran. He's gonna go Landorus, that's fine. On the Wish, yeah. It's probably gonna be Choice Scarf, unfortunately, though. Oh, but wait, the only ground immune's gone, so Earthquake is free as... Oh, he's gonna U-turn? I don't like that play. Yeah, Wish Protect, it's Rocks, Landorus, so... Maybe it's not Choiced? No, it has to be, though, because this is Specs. Maybe it's Scarf Tar. Yeah. If that's Scarf Tar, and this is not Choice... Okay, so he's not even going to respect that. Actually, I think that's a misplay from John W. there. Because if this is Earthquake and that's Scarf Tar, then you just completely lose the game to Latios here. So it's a really poor play from John W. there. But it's going to work out. It's going to be, I guess, a calculated gamble. I just really don't like that kind of calculated gambles. You can go for a Wish here again. Honestly, we could just see Landorus here because he's probably scared of the Will-O-Wisp, but he probably could also just go Breloom. Anyway, I don't think John W. has played this well at all. There's like a lot of errors he's made that kind of been bailed. But anyway, we're back to the Landorus here, and Earthquake is free again. So he's going to protect here. John W. presumably he's going to go Tar. What? Actually, that's fine, because now you get Heatran in. Okay, so yeah, I see what he's doing here. You could go Rotom W here, predicting the Politoed. I don't know. I mean, maybe you attack here, predicting the switch. John W really doesn't have any reason to switch, though. It's like awkward, because like John W could go for the plus play, and yeah, get Politoed in to reset the rain. And then in that case, you want to attack it. And he's going to do that, and he's going to get 29%. Okay, that's a nice play. And he's going to get the drop. Now here, you're pretty much forced to go Rotom. Yeah. Oh, man, if Breloom was alive, this game would have been so over with. I mean... this would have been like a 12-turn stomp. He's going to go Tentacle here. On a follow-up Crunch doing 42. I'm not really sure if that was a play from John W., but... Anyway, so we're going to see that Crunch to 42. So that means it's probably a Tentacle that's faster than Mamoswine, which is smart on rain teams. While he does have Keldeo here, you go for the spin, yup, and now the thing is that this is Protect, this is Protect, and this is Protect, and this. So we presumably have 4 Protect users in this team, which makes checking Latios a lot easier, especially PP-wise. So as you see there, that's the third Draco right there. So we're probably going to see the Jirachi here. I just wonder if Tyranitar is going to come and try and reset the weather. Yep, he's going to do just that. Now with the chip on the Politoed, it's interesting to see here. I feel like John W has the clear upper hand here after that crit, unfortunately. Especially after getting the Toxic and Run W. It's just interesting to see. He's going to go Tran this time around, trying to get the rocks up on the Iron Head. If this is like, can get a status on the Politoed, that would be huge. He's going to Magma Storm. Oh. Alright, okay, this is a really good set for the matchup here. Yeah, so now he also... Okay, so it's special defensive Magma Storm with Stealth Rock. This is a great set for Raiza, especially if it's not Refresh here. Even then, Earth Power... Oh, he's going to go Tar? On the rest? What? What is this? Pardon? I don't know if I understand this one. Anyway, the Magma Tran still looks quite nice here. I don't like that Pursuit, though. It's Rest Talk. That's garbage. Yeah, this is just a bad set from John W. I mean... Anyway, that really sucks for Raiza, though. Crunch here. Gonna need to avoid status. Scald. If that burns, that sucks. No burn. Okay. And it is faster, Tyranitar. Keep that in mind. So he could try and go for a Tukyo here. It's worth noting that if the Politoed switches out, then Sleep Turns reset. So a crit here could do the trick. Also, a drop here would be huge. He's actually going to Latios, though, on the rest. Okay, but that resets the Sleep Turn, so that's smart. And now we're almost definitely going to either see a Draco or a double switch to Heatran and try and reset up the rocks. Oh, wait, he's actually going to go for the trick. Right. I forgot. Yeah, okay, so that's a great play there from Raiza, setting up that sequence. So now that's big because assumably this is Body Slam last, but you don't mind Heatran being paralyzed a ton here. But I think you actually go Rotom here. Because it's already status, and you don't need to risk that quite yet. And you don't need it healthy too much, because you're just pivoting around anyway. And that being lefties is huge, especially with recovery. It's going to go Rotom on the Body Slam. This is 21. Now, there's no way King John W risks taking the burn here. So he's probably just going to go to Breloom, and we're going to see a Volt Switch here. What's interesting to me is that the Tentacruel's health is still near full. So is that going to come and play a Tentacruel in Sand against either the... Oh, he's going to go for another Body Slam on the Volt. That's just a really... You know what? Actually, I understand that one. That's fine. Because you really want to chip that Rotom W, I guess. Then you go for the rocks here. Now, again, this is the reset Sleep Turn, so we're probably just going to go back to Latios or Tyranitar. You know, we could go Breloom and see it Pain split up, which would be fine. You can go for Magma Storm. I really disagree with that play. You're wasting a Magma Storm PP, and you're risking the Sleep Talk Scald. I think that was an overpredict from Raiza there. Now he's going to go Rotom finally. And that Scald's actually going to help him because he's going to get a Pain Split off for even more. So presumably we'll just see that into what likely is going to be the Breloom. And now the Breloom has to be a bulk of variant, because if you're Swords Dance, you're really Swords Dance turn 1. So yeah, I mean, that's fine. And now that this is not Trick, it could be an answer to the Breloom, especially if it's Dragon Pulse last. Again, this is almost definitely going to be Scarf. So Breloom is kind of the win condition for King John W, I'd say. Wake Up Scald is faster. What is this? Not sure that makes any sense why he would stay in and let it take the Pain Split, but whatever. Now we're just seeing a Volt for sure. This could be like a very undercrapped Rotom W and a Politoed faster than Zero Speed Tran. But you only really need speed on this if you want to create bulk up Breloom that runs some speed investment. He's going to go Breloom here finally on what I'd hope would be a Volt Switch. Yeah, so he's going to get Latios in here. Or you could go Tar. You know, Tar actually is a good play here to suffocate a little bit. But I think Latios might make more sense in the immediate upcoming turns. I'd go Tar and Surf. I'd go Latios and Surf, actually. Because not only does that check the Jirachi coming in quite nicely, but there's more likely not going to be a Protect from the King John W side if he stays in. Okay, so it is Dragon Pulse. That's big. That's good for Raiza. So Raiza's playing a nice game here. John W is actually rebounded quite nicely. Initially I disagreed with the body slam, but in hindsight I actually think that was a really nice body slam. And that crit's going to help a ton as well, because now it should be in Surf range. If it's max special defense, it might be a roll. And I don't know if you want to risk the body slam, but I think Raiza will surely calc that. If that crit did 31, is that about how much Surf would do, I think? I think Surf is it 5 or 10 stronger? I can't remember. He's not going to risk that. Probably like min-max roll. He's going to go Tran, which again, you don't mind taking the power on, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to risk the Rotom when you're that low. Now, I think you just go for the... Okay, that was a fine play. You Volt here. You don't mind it chipping you with Protect. Yeah, that's fine. Now, here you have two plays. Play 1 is to Wisp, play 2 is to Volt. He's going to go for the Volt option, and now he's going to presumably go to Tar to cut it off. Yeah, he's going to go Tar here. I would Crunch, definitely. Raiza's timer worth noting is at 90. Anyway, that Crunch is going to do 28. He's going to force the rest here, presumably. But his Tar is faster, and he should live a Scald, barring it being like a really offensive Tar. So he could go for Crunch, I guess. I just don't appreciate that play too much. The issue is he really can't risk a Toxic on Latios here. So maybe Rotom is... Yeah. He's going to like to go Rotom mid-ground play. Because, yeah, see, now it just Volts no matter what. And he should still be able to Pain Split up, especially in Rain against Tentacruel later on. Or even... well, Keldeo is going to unfortunately nuke it. So he's... But yeah, ever since the opening turns, I've really liked how both players have played this opening turns. I think John W just wasn't sure how to play a Balloon versus Balloon, which honestly is pretty worrisome for the Tyrants, because like that's like a kind of a fundamental of Black-White, like how to play that. But he's a good player in general. His piloting is fine. Anyway, I Dragon Pulse here again. So you notice how he's kind of gotten himself into a similar sequence before, minus the paralysis on Tran. But now this Jirachi is even weaker, so Raiza is kind of clawing his way back after that crit set him back really far. Honestly, I think I overshot how much he was behind after losing to Breloom, just because this is Dragon Pulse and he managed to get the trick off. This Politoed set not having Protect and instead being Rest gives Raiza such a huge advantage. Protect Politoed is so good, because you can scout things like that Protect, that trick rather, with the Protect. And going back to the matchup, since Raiza was Swords Dance, if John W's bulk up, especially if he's slower bulk up, then I think the matchup actually was slightly favorable for Raiza. Again, it really could go either way. As we're seeing here, this is a closely contested game. But yeah, that only does 50, which is worth noting. But Drain Punch, he's going to only do 20. So yeah, it is a bulk up, especially defensive variant. So he's fine just spamming bulk up. As you see, it's got... he's fine spamming Dragon Pulse for the time being, as you see. Yeah, and now... Probably just Surf to take this out. Again, he restricts Backsnap Scarf. Yep. So that's going to put Raiza in a 5-4 position. However, Tentacle is going to come in here. And now this is where it gets tricky, because you really can't let this take a Toxic. But you don't want Tar to take a Stats either. And you don't want Rotom W to get stalled out by like switching into a Scald. So maybe... I think you could risk Tar, actually. Yeah, actually, if you're Raiza, you go Tar here. That's my play. He's going to go Tar, indeed. And it's going to be a protect from King John W, which I don't like at all. I feel like you have to really assume he's not going to waste a Draco there because now you've got no resist left. And now Raiza is in a big advantage, I'd say. And I think you Pursuit here, personally. He's actually going to Scald, no burn, and Crunch. All right, so that's great. Raiza really is in a threatening position now. Now I think... I mean, actually, Tenta being dead doesn't change a ton. Also worth noting that crit, while would be a roll, and it would probably be a favorable roll, yeah, but it didn't burn again. I'm wondering if this was Lum or Chopple. I'm thinking Chopple, but no burn, so it's unfortunate again. Anyway, now it's going to be 5-3 in favor of Raiza. However, yeah, this game's still not over. Um, he's going to crunch on the rest. All right, I think that was a good play from both. Yeah, sorry, just thinking this through and talking to chat a little bit. Anyway, I think you just stay in here and continue to crunch. And he's going to do that. Let the Keldeo come in. That's fine. Now I think you can go Latios. Because if it HPSs, that's fine. You could just go to Heat Train and claim your rocks. And then you can recover up against whatever. Actually, oh, wait. It doesn't have recover. Wait. Okay, that complicates things. I think you might stay in then, actually. Yeah, and he's going to stay in. I forgot it wasn't recover. So, yeah, good play. Good catch. Now you just stay in a Dragon Pulse. He's going to go Rotom. I don't like that. I guess you could Pain Split up against the Breloom, but, like... This thing is that now you risk this critting, and you don't have this to back, and Dragon Pulse claimed regardless, but I guess he just doesn't want to risk the health on the Latios. See, I think it would have made more sense if he Pain Split there, but I get it. And now he's going to get the Latios back in. Now I think you Dragon Pulse on this turn on the Protect, and then I think you actually just Dragon Pulse a few more times, yeah. He's got 9 left, so. It's going to do 39, as you see there. I don't think you risk to Toxic here. I think you go to Landorus or Rotom. And he's going to go Rotom. Yeah, that's perfect. And now he's going to Pain Split almost definitely. Actually, if you're really Keldeo paranoid, you could Volt Switch. But yeah, that was a nice play there from Raiza, not risking it. And he's going to go for the Volt. Again, not risking the Keldeo mid-ground, which is fair. And now the Latios is in again. I'd Surf here, not risking the PP. He's going to do just that. Great play. Yeah, really nice Surf. Dragon Pulse there is going to crit and do 94. So now... This is like max special defense Loom, by the way. Dragon Pulse. Now he's able to Dragon Pulse again. That's going to 2 KO, yup. He's got 4 left as well. Personally here, I think you just go to the Heat Trainer Landorus, just to scout moves. But anyway, I think that John W., but besides the first couple turns, actually played a very nice game. I'll give him all the credit in the world for that. But Rise has played a complete game. And he's just going to stand in Dragon Pulse. Yeah, nicely done. And Rise is going to walk away with his first SPL victory. Both players are now going to be 1-1. John W. was great. We won. And this week he didn't play badly. It's just the opening. I feel like he just didn't know how to play that. But the play always is to just go for your boosting move there. Especially if you're Swords Dance. If you're bulk up, then it's either both boosting move or switch out because you can't get blown the fuck out by the switch. But I mean, he didn't really have much of an answer to that Breloom anyway. But yeah, good game. It's gonna be Raiza's first SPL win, so congratulations to him. And John W. Still a great player. Excited to see him be in Black, White, SM, etc. But hey, good game.